Well, greetings. Alright, thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast, brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Greetings. Okay, tonight is, was it the government shutdown? It's still going on? Yeah, for some reason I got like 5 days. I don't think it was going to end in 5 days. I had it was not a real prediction. It's kind of like I just got 5 days. I don't know, something must have happened at that time. It's one of the older uploads. How long is this thing going to go? Well, I want it to go forever, but that probably won't be a good idea. But I think forever would be better. Maybe sell the national parks to somebody so they can build their wall. One thing about this wall, things that you might build a wall, but people can still climb over it, and it might be a somewhat deterrent. There's just something about it. It's not setting right, meaning that is that all that it's going. There's other stuff going on there. Obviously it's not being revealed. A lot of it's connected to the deep state, so who knows exactly. You can make your connections, but a lot of it's blocked for me to connect to fully, maybe after the situation, but they're not. I believe once this shutdown ends, I might be able to connect to it. I might have moved on by then, but right now, a lot of people are suffering because of it, because they're not getting paid, so they still have to work, and it's a lot of, it might go 50 days, possibly. I saw 45, it might go 50 days, possibly. I don't think it'll go 100, but 50 days. We're going, I think 19 days, 20 days, but who knows? It might, it's hard to say because it's free will, it's involved. Oh, that's right. I was going to put Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. I was going to put their images up, but either way. Nancy Pelosi is more about herself, and Chuck Schumer is more about himself, too. They say they're for the people, but I don't think they are. Not really. It's more about them because of the power. So it's all about them and power, and people love them. They love the high, and people say, "Oh, well, good job. You guys are just so great." It's all a bunch. It's like high school, basically. So, especially in their prime, they're old. They can just shove all that in everyone's face. Especially history books are going to look at. I don't know if history is going to look at them in a positive light. I doubt it. But with Trump, I don't. There's a lot of stuff going on with Trump. I don't think it's an ego thing or anything like that. It's not the easiest energy to connect to, but it's just that there's elements there of. They're not making. I'll see if I can connect it. If anything could come through on it, because right now it's heavily blocked. But one thing about this, though, it's unlikely. First off, though, it's change. It sucks for a lot of people. Then again, where I work, we get screwed by the state. Not a lot, but here and there. The state's kind of a mafia-ran institution. I don't know how you look at it. And there's a lot of government workers that have been, half-assing it most of their lives. They get their cush job, and they just phone it in. So, but there are others that do work hard, it's hard. But at least it's something different than last year. I know it's weird to say that, but it's like, if we keep repeating the same year over and over again, it gets kind of like, where's this change? How are we going to shift out of third dimension? Everything's always the same. So, there's also, I doubt this is going to come through, but the government also, obviously, there's a lot of alien energies around it. So, there's possibly, what I did pick up on, I don't mean this is going to happen now, but like UFO leak information, basically. They've already had it here and there. It would be interesting, more of it. They're not going to do it, but more of an investigation, Area 51. That would be interesting. That would be. It's like people they laugh about this stuff, but this is a slave world that people like being slaves. And you try to take away that slave mentality, and they're going to kick your ass. They don't want it. They don't want you to stop them from being a slave. They enjoy it. It's part of their schooling here, and that's fine. From someone like myself, I'm not alone. Others have incarnated here to help humanity in some shape or form. Don't want to be part of this system at all. It's like, or ever want to be part of it. Some say they don't like being enslaved, but some actually enjoy it. Even if they say they don't like it, they like bitching about it, even if they don't like doing it. There's those, I don't know. I'm just, oh, well, you can't. I mean, some of us incarnated to experience it with others, to feel what they're going through. And yeah. So I have to get up at 6. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning today. I gotta get up at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Loving it up, and hopefully I don't get chewed out by my boss, because he gets on moods, and it's like, oh god. So who knows? You never know what you're gonna do with it. It might be okay, and you might get your just ass handed to you. Just love it. Yeah, just love it here. Love being a slave. Fuck this world. Anyway, it's fucking great. So, but yeah, it's obvious this shutdown is bothering a lot of people, of course, and financially, it's really doing a lot of shit. But it is change. I mean, there's energies of, let's put it this way. Like I said, a lot of stuff is being blocked of what it's exactly this whole wall is about. But I believe there's other stuff going on. It's not just the wall is like. First off, the Democrats don't want to cave in, and Trump's not going to cave into them. So, which kind of rams like a bus right into Nancy Pelosi's ego, because she thinks she can do anything. So I don't think it has to do. It's more about what's going on. But border security, I think we're going to have problems no matter what. But whatever. You can put all the walls you want there. But it's a deterrent, but there's other stuff going on there. Let's put it that way. So, put a wall there. You can always, it's whatever. But yeah, what's going on? There's different layers of it, obviously, but they're not making it very clear. So, all right, we'll jump into subject number 2 and see if anybody. I don't think anybody's going to say anything. If I channel anybody, they're not going to go into details. I think afterwards they're going to say something, but right now we're kind of in a process where it shifts. So the deep state is obviously involved with this. They wouldn't allow it to occur this long, so they do run the show. Even if people think they don't, they do. So they got reasons behind it, but they're not, for obvious reasons, not making it clear. So, either way, it's alright. We'll just skip that for a moment. So that was it. That was about it. Is there anything else about the government shutdown? Let's see if I can come up with anything or connect to anything. But like I said, a lot of it is blocked for the moment. Today I got a message about Atlantis. What I saw was a Martian king was connected to Atlantis. What I saw also was a Syrian king. Palladian king, like King's Court or something like that. Take this whatever how you take it. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Whatever. Obviously, take everything with a grain of salt. It's a channel, you can't really prove anything. But the reason we channel this information too is to unlock this reality. It's like there's a combination here. Eventually, you're going to get the right combination. I don't know what the hell we're going to unlock to this place, but yeah, we're getting closer to something. To see our world in a different light, a different vibration, and to, well, for those that don't want to be a slave, bring more enlightenment to your life, heal yourself. I mean, who knows? This world is such a, yeah, it's a prison state. Most have been programmed so well, it's difficult to rewrite all of that, of course. But with Atlantean information, now I wouldn't say like it's not a king like you would see like in Britain. It's more like information. It's like male information. It mostly came from the male. There's feminine energies here. You can say it's already within the Atlantean landscape, and then of course, Lemurian too, but I would focus more on Atlantis. And then, like, Syrian downloads came, or Syrian, Palladian, on and on and on. Who knows? The Leprechaun people, who knows? you know, but it came from a lot of male perspectives, and it connected with our society, little by little, or Atlantean society. And what I got from the Martian, though, was like their DNA was like drugs. I also felt like you connect to a Martian gene, and it was a positive connection in the beginning. A lot of Atlanteans went to Mars, from what I feel, and everything was peaceful for a long time, and then everything went to hell. So that's why I believe the Atlanteans went to other worlds. It's not just here. Think again. If they're high vibrational, they have everybody's DNA. You're just gonna stay on this planet and just roam around in circles. Hey, this is a really cool place. It's like, no, you're gonna go to other places. That's the whole idea of, just put these different, channelings, scenarios, whatever it might be, hypothesis, whatever. It's like channeling is like a lot of scientists, they put out their papers on their analysis, their downloads, whatever it might be. It's kind of like that. It's like you just publish your paper and see what sticks. Just put it out there, your theory, whatever it is. It's a channeling, so it's your point of view. And you kind of put everything together. Who the hell is going to do that? Good luck on that. But yeah, it's more channeling information out there, the better. And just people aren't really trusting themselves. I believe over time people will more trust themselves, put this information out. Not worry what other people think. Just throw it out there. It's like, you'd rather it out there than not out there at all. So, is it BS? I don't think, everything, from what I pick up on, everything it exists somewhere. So, it doesn't mean that, maybe not for your reality, but everything has a place somewhere. It might not exist in your universe, your energy field, but for some people, like religion, it's like might be not big on it, but other people are like, whoa, religion, all right. See what I mean? It's like different universes, different realities, So that's the way you kind of have to look at it. It's a little bit weird looking at it that way. So it's like, it's like some things I hear. It's like, I'm not connecting with it, but you never know. Like, so you say some stuff with Corey Good. You can't really prove any of it, really, technically, right? But, some people really connect to certain different beings, and some don't. So, just leave it open. Just, we can't really prove the secret space program. You can, you can't, but, we're not actually seeing it. But it's mostly channel information. But it is assisting people opening up more, so. Yeah, it's like fourth-dimensional thinking. So, but what I saw with the Martians is like with the Atlanteans connected to Martian DNA was like a high, and what also I got from that was like when we're being plugged in with all these different DNAs from, if they say it's 6 or 12 or maybe a few hundred. Shit. I don't think everyone here has all the same DNA too. We're plugged in with all these different species, but we all have different tidbits of it, and some of them have more mantis than others. I think I already mentioned that here and there, but and it was like the more DNA we got, the more we became more crazy, just like a drug addict. But the thing is, with a drug addict, you want more. So look at it from a different perspective. So I'll put that in book 2. We got book 1. I gotta finish this channel book eventually. So this will be in book 2, but I'm not sure how far I can go with that. But yeah, actually I probably can. I'll have to make a note of it. So yeah, it's like we're here to open up our reality, right? We're here to, that's what I mean. Every channeling information has a purpose somewhere. You might not click with you. Someone might click, might open up your channel for yourself and see things a little bit differently. That's the whole point of it. So take it with a grain of salt, but this is what I got. I got Martians flying. Not everybody flew, but some did. Because the reason that they showed me, like, Superman But Superman was also inspired by John Carter. John Carter from Mars used to, the story of it, him jumping all over the place. So, I used to like the leaping, and that's why Superman used to leap in the beginning. Superman didn't fly in the beginning. But so Mars has a lot of decoding here. There's a lot of layers. We're like Mars Part 2 in a lot of ways. We're like, for Mars 2, whatever you want to call it. We're an extension of their existence. Of course, we're an extension of all these other planets, but mostly Mars because they're more similar to us in human form, but not exactly. Some are very beautiful, some are very weird looking. Just connect to what? It just seems like it's a very wild place. And it did have like I would say like a red tint to it in some regard. I just always feel, when I see Mars, I know I see red, but I feel like a reddish type of energy around it. Even if, some people might see it as blue. Like I said, there's different ways of looking at it, but I keep seeing a reddish type of tint. To like when the sun comes down to a certain, everything's kind of reddish in that regard, orange. Something similar to that, but, well, I'll just leave it at that. So either way, but with downloads from Martians, Martian information download, DNA, you can say some, or whoever it was, it might have been the Martians. I really, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not getting 100% on this. It might have been, Mars was a downfall of the Atlanteans because they got Martian DNA. Kind of messed them up. Some became weird, and they got more DNA from other beings, and it's like the mixture wasn't going too well, and eventually the humans sort of, we evolved into what we are today. Became very human, became very egotistical, and so I think Mars had a lot to do with it. It had other beings involved too. Like the mantis can be very aggressive too, to give you a different perspective. So. We are in definite lockdown at this moment. Let's see, put it this way, it made it difficult. Yeah, because we don't look like the Atlanteans, but we're like the new version of it, like the BMW version of it, or maybe the broken down Pinto, whatever you want to. I guess it depends on what species it's connected with. It might feel like it's a Pinto sometimes, but either way, I think we're like a higher version of them, which were also a version that can be shut down. I think I had in the channel text, like some Atlanteans cannot be shut down. This version can be, and it is, as you can see. And when it gets shut down, it's hard to open it up, that's for sure. Well, of course, souls here have their direction and all that. So, alright, that is that download. Just take it with a grain of salt. Some might connect with, some might. It might get a little bit heavy, some of this stuff. That's the thing. It's like, I did a channeling way back of, for somebody, it was Jesus, and he connected to the jinn. And, sometimes, like I said, sometimes this stuff, is it accurate, or it is, I believe it was accurate, it just the person just didn't like what he heard. I don't think it was negative either. It's just some of this information might be like people don't want to hear it right now. It's like some, like right now I don't want to hear it, but years later it's like you look back, oh, that makes sense, or maybe it doesn't, but for some people it might. So there's sometimes you just put stuff out there that people just aren't not really, and I think that's the awakening. A lot of this channel stuff's going to be really bizarre. And people think you're making it up and all that. But it's actually, when you start putting the pieces together of our reality, some of it's hard to digest. When you're coming from a prison mentality, it's going to be impossible. But when you remove the prison mentality, and think outside the box, this is fourth dimension, fifth dimensional thinking. It just takes time getting used to it. I don't do this all the time, thinking about it, because this is why I'm tired all the time. It's like, but where I was at work, I had time to think, but it's only so much I can handle. So that was just a glimpse of it. We'll see how much further I can go into it. But I did see, because I saw a heavy hit of Martians flying. Not everyone just get up. Hey, what's all like a small group were just they would fly basically. So it wasn't like flying traffic control or anything like that. So I might be connecting to a different dimension of Mars. I don't think so. I think it's, but like I said, there's nowhere to really obviously. It's like if we go to the ruins. Hey, look, this is what a flying person looks like. Well, you never know. so, what do we got here? Anything else? Oh, not that. I'm glad I left that up. Okay, well, all right. I was going to show a picture of Nancy Pelosi, but I figured I'd do everybody a break on that. This is IvanTower.com. We have private sessions throughout the week. Most of this week is shut down because of work. Learn how to channel. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. Yeah, I'm kind of tired too. I'm doing the best I can for operating my brain working. We have the 7 days for delivery. I might be a little bit slow tomorrow normally. Yeah, because I have the webinar. Because we're going to try to answer more stuff today, but I just don't have it in me. I'm doing the best I can. So it'd be better if I have all my engines going than just, I'm just sputting out halfway nothing. So I might be like 8-day delivery on Friday. I'll do what I can on Friday. But to catch up on the weekend, also have other same situation here. We have other channels and heroes I do recommend. Definitely worth exploring. We have Social Network. Thank you for those who are posting. We have the Jake Rabbit. And to... What am I doing here? To give you a glimpse of what's coming. Okay, this isn't in there, but I'll put this anywhere. This is late too. I don't know I think I put this on Facebook. I can't remember. Christmas is canceled. When I take over, canceled for Christmas. So yeah, so this is going to be a plot down the road of basically the rabbit's going to get sued by a reindeer for canceling Christmas. So that's going to be in the later editions. That's going to be a while down the line. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. So those Santa Clauses in the back are actually clones. So, so getting sued by a reindeer is, yeah, as you can see, I'm having fun with this. There's Area 51. So yeah, it's just funny. This is the cover for the upcoming issue. This is Bill Gates. You see foreclosure, for sale, Bill Gates bankrupt, and there's Jake mowing lawns because he's being, because he put out his Illuminati movie and made all the rich people poor. So, which is kind of funny. That'd be really weird if that actually happens. That'd be really weird. So, give a break on channeling for a second. Well, this will be a different type of channeling. Get ready, kids. Here we go. Oh yeah. First off, mysterious radio signals from deep space detected. It's getting interesting. This has happened recently. There's been news about this. So this is why I say, like, with the shutdown, I mean, I don't know what's going to go. I mean, nobody knows what the future holds, but it'll be interesting. I mean, like, with the government shutdown, this is where I was heading towards, is like, I mean, doesn't mean it'll happen now, but maybe in the future, we'll have a government shutdown, and or there'll be leaks about alien UFO stuff, and it'll be, like, really heavy hitting information, and the government will shut down. Either because of it or whatever it might be. It just, the government shutdown, I sense alien energies around it. So, obviously, there are deep state connections to it, obviously. But, it doesn't mean it'll happen now. But, there might be information that'll leak out and be so freaking heavy that they'll have to shut down the government and do investigations or something. I don't know. Of course, then again, what does shutting down a national park do for security? But who knows? Who knows? But it does seem like aliens are connected to a government shutdown, at least in this case and future cases. Let's put it that way. So, alright, so the richest person in the world is apparently, first off, he's getting a divorce from his wife. Now, this isn't not judging or anything, but apparently he was cheating on his wife. That was going on. I want to put a little bit of detail into this, at least when I got, before I even heard about any of this. So that's his wife. See, let's give you my take on it. See, I don't know if there's another picture of them. Not that I need to see it, but I don't know. It just when I saw these two, I really don't want to look at that. But it looks fake. But him and his wife, look at that instead. Something didn't, a while back, something didn't feel right about the two of them. And, because they show pictures every once in a while, sometimes you get a vibe. And it's something there, like this, like their marriage trouble has been going on for years. Not just, according to, because he's now having an affair with this other chick. The only reason I'm bringing this up is to give her a different way of looking at it. Okay, she's not showing the other chick, but I think the other, it doesn't matter. But anyway, he's like a newscaster. He's cheating he's with now or something like that. It's not in this one. It doesn't matter. But the CEO here, Jeff Bezos, take it with a grain of salt, whatever you feel, but the old Jeff doesn't look anything like the new one. From what my feeling is that another version of him is connecting to him that's more buffed and wants more adventure. And just, a whole nother now it's still him, but it feels like another version of him is influencing him. Not to say that's a bad thing. It's just that, he's drastically changed. I mean, he's like quirky person, and now he's like Rambo here. It's like, and Amazon's taking over the world. So, I'm not judging or anything. I'm just saying that it feels like another version of him is here. So, and like his wife isn't really into any of that shit. So she's just a book writer and keeping life simple. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just different ways of looking at it. It's just like she's like, he's saying take over the world. She just wants to get through the day, So they kind of outgrown each other. Let's put it that way. It was my take on it. But yeah, he looks like a totally different person. Obviously, it's 25 years ago. But still, he's like turning into, some people say a James Bond villain. I mean, whatever, whatever is out there. Just, everyone has their different version of looking at things. People don't believe in channel all the time because they have their version of everything. So, either way. But at least I feel like another version of him is influencing him. Not to say it's a bad thing, but, he wants to pretty much take over the planet and his wife, so he might be on when he's 90, he might be on girlfriend number 33 or something. So I imagine the one he's with now is not going to last very long. But it was like a fling to get him out of that. Who knows? Who cares? Doesn't matter. It's just my take on it. So let's see if we can connect to anything on. I don't know if the shutdown matters at all, but see if anything, at least get a different take on it, different vibration. But anything that changes is good, even if it sucks. But it'd be nice if our reality were changed. We know more about what's going on instead of this. We're trying to figure things out. There's nothing wrong with trying to figure things out, but it's nice to see less violence on the planet, less domestic situations, So that's what all this is about. It's not about being all entertainment. It's about removing the junk. It's like, can you live on a world, be human, and not have violence and murder on your planet? Yes, you can. And that's the idea of involved with all of this. Like, here to kind of dissect reality so you can trigger an alien experience. I had a download about Atlanteans connected to angels, which isn't really a new idea. But when I had a download of it, I had an elf visitation that wasn't very friendly, but I was so wild about it. It's like, that's cool. Even if you might be spooky as hell, it's still awesome. It's like, so I'll take whatever I can get. Anything's better than this. But also opened me up more to the Algarthian world. To add to that, recently I connected to, I say recent, I mean recent. Now others can probably connect to this, and I'll probably go into a lot deeper. Also, I have to make notes of all this stuff, but like with the alien DNA, getting like a download alien DNA and just not be able to handle it, create the new human. There's different versions of looking at how humans are created. Our version of it. If you want to look at the Rolls Royce or the Pinto version, whatever you want to look at. Either way. The Mother Earth dimension is another energy. Basically, where Mother Earth is, hopefully it'll help others awaken too. This is one that came through rather recent. Basically, a Mother Earth dimension where you see Mother Earth, whatever version that you want to connect, because there's like thousands of versions of it. And she sees our reality. See, that's why you bring this stuff in to unlock. I didn't call this a cursed earth. Call it whatever you want. To unlock this world. So it was like visualizing Mother Earth in any shape, any way you like to. Short, blonde, tall, whatever. And she sees our reality. And she causes a thunderstorm, or heals a thunderstorm, or other beings interfere with her energy field and cause it to snow up north. And she knows all these things, and it's like a whole nother world there. And I think we've gotten, I don't know if anyone's connected to that, probably have, but it's not the easiest thing to connect to either. But as we awaken, because the idea is to channel this stuff and actually eventually see these beings. It's like, oh, you remember you've been talking about us for a while? Well, here we are. That would be awesome. That's the idea about these aliens and Mother Earth. I mean, yeah, because like the Gaia energies, from fairies, elf people, dragons, and all that. I'm not sure we're gonna see a dragon anytime soon, but you never know. That's a little bit heavy, but some people might wish to see energies of it. Angels, of course. But Agartha might come through for some, a lot quicker than the angelics. Possibly depends on the person, of course. Because you just feel it's like, because they are an extension of us. They are a family of us. This really what we want to head towards is, nature, love, light, however you want to look at it. Not always perfect, but less of the slave race. It's not perfect, but it is, a new reality that many are connected to. I mean, I met somebody that looks like a centaur, and he said people call him a centaur all the time. He has the face of it, the body build of it. The only thing he's missing is the horse part. It's like he has everything else. He has the hair. It's like a centaur. So, and I believe he feels that too. It might be getting annoying. People can pick up on that. And people see him and they feel a centaur. Like you see a girl at a strip club. Oh, that girl's a fairy. That's for example. They're just more known there. They're known everywhere, but that's a high energy. Either way. Connecting to so opening up these dimensions isn't always easy. It is protected. The universe be nice, because a lot of people obviously are connected to the aliens. Would like some aliens here, or some Agarthian beings. Anything is better than what we have now. And that is really the road to what all of this is. Channel energies, it's a positive vibration, take it or leave it, but the idea is to have more of an experience of these beings, part of our lives. when you see fairy beings on a daily basis, always the beginnings of it, it's better. I mean, imagine when people see a fairy or an elf or whatever, you don't forget that shit. It's like, or an alien being, you don't forget that shit. And you want more. You guys can have this dimension. Yeah, you can have it. You have Walmart. You guys can shove that. So, it's nice having these glimpses. It'd be nice to remove this reality, and that's the whole point of at least my channel and others out there. Obviously, are there to, I wouldn't call it remove, but I'm gonna use the word remove. Remove this. Being a slave is great and everything, but some of us are tired of it. Because the idea is also to bring in your reality. Those of you, bring in your reality, what you see, the life you would like to live, for others to experience, to heal, assist humanity. I'm not just saying that, so you can say whatever the hell is on your mind, instead you have to keep it all inside because most people think you're nuts. Yeah, don't say that to the prison society. But eventually things are going to be where you can actually say it verbally outside and actually experience, talk about a fairy, and then feel a fairy's energy around. Talk about the elf and alien beings and feel their energies around. Of course, you can already do that, but it becomes easier. Because you can talk about it, but you don't really feel their vibrations. Sometimes you might, depends. But where you can speak about these beings and they instantly feel their vibrations. Or you talk about the Pleiadians or the Syrians and they instantly feel their energies there. That's what we're heading. That's the idea we're heading towards. We are heading towards it, but the length of it from here to there, it's hard to say. Okay, for higher dimensional energies. Oh, that's right. One more thing. Recently I connected to. I'm not always allowed to see anything. Usually I don't see anything at all. Other than a dark elf. Recently I saw a dimension, and I would say it's in spirit world. I call it astral, but I would say the spirit world, where all creation was being created, all different creations. Just like you can see, it's constant energies are being invented, but also take those ideas, those energies, and bring it down to the lower dimensions to be created. Like the first human, the first fairy, stuff like that. Just, it's more to it than that, but just the creation dimensions, and some energies, some people or individuals connect to those creations and hold on to it for them to be invented throughout the dimensions, like a gift to the dimensions. Go down the dimensions until you get to third dimension, but it's also to help third dimension, like music, classical music, helped a lot of the music energies of the past, because heal you from the dark ages. Maybe not everyone's in love with it, but it did have energy about it to move us into what we have today, which is I don't know what we have today, but anyway. So not everyone's going to connect to everything, but okay, enough about that. So I just figured put that. Yeah, that's kind of blocking my connection now. Thank you. I think it's a plane. Yeah, I think there's an airport here, but there isn't one. So, from the higher dimensional energies, not to worry about the border wall. It is an energy of confusion. There's a lot going on in dimensions that isn't always going to be mentioned. Realize also humanity is evolving to what you wish it to. But those things do take time. As souls are here you want to step up the levels, but are you truly ready for those levels? And not many of you are testing that. Many of you feel like you're in the 12th grade, but you're ready for the 13th grade, you can say, or 14th grade. You're kind of waiting for the transition. You're waiting for graduation. And that's what the frustrating part about it. The rest of the world is, everyone graduates at a different level. Not to say you're better, but just where you're ready to excel. Most of society is at I get 4th grade, but ego in that, but mentality. But when they're introduced, geez, is there another plane here? causing interference too. Love the Illuminati. Anyway. So yeah, connecting. So, but also those that are in like a fourth dimensional thinking pattern, you show them 5D, 6, or 5th grade, 4th grade. We're not going to go through the dimensions like that, but because there's different ways of looking at, there's different levels within everything. It's not just 3D, 4D. There's a little other layers. So either way, it's like a fourth dimensional. Well, it's a fourth grade dimensional energy. Let's just call it that. Call it whatever you want. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a lot of interference. I'm like, ugh. But call it whatever you want it. Let's put it that way. But we're going to use like the 4th grade for example. But you show them what the 5th grade looks like. It's like, oh, right now people are not always seeing that. Like aliens, fairy people. They're not always seeing. Now some people see it. It's like, hell no. I'll stay where I'm at. You guys can shove that. That's fine. But at least they get to see it. Most society doesn't really see this stuff. I don't think they do. It's a small community, right? Most don't see it. Does that mean all of them are not ready for it? I don't know. There's different reasons for it. I think I believe there's more people here actually ready for it, but it has to do with timing. There's a lot of timeline crap there that is involved with it. Because I believe when more people are introduced to more of the like, look at Secure Team on YouTube. That has like 1 million followers, going higher than that. So, you put the information out there, it can find. It's just not all information's out there for the masses just yet. So they have their reasons for it. So I believe a lot of souls are ready to, maybe not understanding it all, but really open to something different than this. So it's like shit. So yeah, it's like obviously there's many out there that are ready for the next level. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It just there's so many timeline conflicts there. But as for alien visitations here now, obviously sightings are going to increase, definitely. But more people are going to open themselves up. Like I said yesterday, I have to say it over and over again because it's true. More people are going to open themselves up to more alien connections individually. You kind of have to keep doing that out there because it's just. That is, step 1. Step 2 is connecting to a ship. Step 3 is channeling if you want to, whatever it might be. Technically, step 1 is channeling, but either way. But just feeling more of the energies get stronger and stronger. And it's kind of like starts a tornado of energies around the planet for Ascension to definitely kick in. But it takes time. And that's the hard part. This is a hard time to be here. A lot of us that incarnate, like myself, is like, oh look, there's Earth. Am I going to incarnate there? Probably not. but we want you to come here. No, it's okay. Don't you want the human experience? Let me think about it. No, not really. Now you guys can have that. It's like, shit. So some of us aren't really here for the human experience. We're here for information experience. To break out of the old ways of looking at the world. Because I'm talking about opening up a theme park of where you see people standing in line. The theme park attraction is actually getting boats, and you get on this boat, and then you go to other theme parks. And, hey, look at those people! They're standing in that line for 5 hours. So. Yeah, look at that. 8 hours standing in line for a 2-minute ride. Kids are crazy. Yeah, that's my theme park I'm working on. So, yeah. Maybe that's an Archon theme park, but whatever. It's funny, though. So, I had to throw that in there. So, yeah, for basically seeing things differently. And more people connect more to their galactic updates. Some people need the galactic updates. Obviously, for just they want to feel more of that alien energy and human. I mean, I believe a lot of people here like being human, but they'd rather more of the alien presence here. I believe that's the case. Just more of and having galactic updates is like having the alien presence here. It doesn't harm anybody. It's just there to help the soul heal. Because you'd rather, be able to connect to aliens, go to ships. Because that was another thing about this. The thing is called was it CES in Las Vegas? Their big subject matter is AI. So yeah, and it's like eventually going to start talking to your phone. That's going to be the norm. Talking to your computer. If we're in the early stages of it, well, eventually it's like they might not give us any choice. They might just make us do it. So we'll see. So you have to talk to your phone to activate it, possibly. So AI. So I told you, an alien visitation is AI. So we are being invaded. Some might look at it from a negative point of view. Look at it from there's going to be some negative areas, but there's going to be some positives. It's not all going to be the end of the world. Come on. Look at the world in a positive future. If you want to. Some aren't going to. It's fine. But some need that negative experience, obviously. But yeah, AI is you want your alien. There's more to that CNS stuff. CES. I'll bring it up. I'll try maybe on Friday if I can bring it. If anything else comes in. So that's it for now. That's all the information I got for today. So yeah, Martians and Atlantean energy. That was interesting. So different ways of looking at it. I get conflicting stories on human create, but I just channel text it anyway down the road, and just put it out there. Different ways of looking at it, and let people choose whatever they want to connect with. So, and my video is out of focus. So, all right, much love, everyone. Blessings. Thank you for your support. All right, we'll just keep connecting. All right, much love. Webinars tomorrow. So, take care. Good night.